It's a beautiful day and Yaksta and I are doing a bit of a recovery walk. Last weekend, 1st of July 2023, I did the Serpent 100k race. I call it a race. I wouldn't say I was particularly racing because it's only a few weeks before my big run race in the Lake District. So very last minute decided to take that spot. It's a volunteering spot, by the way. Freedom Racing have just the most fun aid stations, and really thoroughly enjoyed it. Volunteering, I was with my husband at Petworth, which is the halfway point for the 100 and the start of the 50. So this weekend we were meant to go and do another ultra in Wales, but things did not go to plan. So very last minute I kind of asked whether I could hop on the Serpent 100, and I kindly got a spot, which I'm thrilled about because seriously beautiful route. Just so much enjoyed the scenery. I mean, anywhere you run there's always something fabulous. Yes, I know, I get it, but there you have these gorgeous kind of tree canopies all the time. So on a day like it has been quite warm, you don't want to be cooking somewhere. That was just perfect to run under the trees, and there are these wide trees, so loads of space for other people. Although it wasn't busy at all, I was really surprised. If I lived nearby, I would just seriously be there all the time. It has kind of this lovely soft kind of pine needle fallen cushiony trail feel to it. I mean, you can go with the road shoes if so you wish. I decided that for me that is a mistake because I tend to pick up all sorts of debris in my shoes. So I stuck to trail, and I even put gaiters, which I haven't used gaiters really for a very long time, but I thought with the dust and everything, it has a lot of sand as well, sandy parts of the trail as well. But honestly, what a beautiful route. Literally miles and miles and miles of just the most stunning paths. And yeah, it didn't feel at all like 100. I could have carried on, put it this way. I'm not saying that, you know, trying to big myself up or anything like that. It was just lovely. Great weather. We got this kind of overcast, slightly breezy, cooler, but also really beautiful July's day, and I kind of felt really grateful, really lucky to be there. Only last weekend I was somewhere else and I practically baked, so never have appreciated more the weather. And of course, as always, I would carry my full heavy backpack, long black leggings and all the rest of it for my big race. So I'm using this 100k run as a final long run, and I have to say it was dreamy. I mean, as always, the aid stations were just amazing. So much food and variety of food. What I find in a lot of ultras is just how few places actually have that amount of fruit. And when it's a warm sunny day, please people, have more fruit. We all have packets of, you know, God knows what, sweeties, and I just don't understand when people go into an aid station and go, can I have some more pork pies or something? I'm like, how could you eat that? But hey, horses for courses. I personally am a huge fruit fan, and didn't we have just the most delicious melon and watermelon and loads of oranges, beautifully cut for you to just chomp on. Also, Tribe was the sponsor, and just a very delicious variety again of Tribe bars. So I picked up quite a few. I had a taste quite a few, and I should definitely buy some because yeah, they're very yummy. As organization goes, we started in Hazelmere, and we end up in Petersfield. We got ferried out because the route is kind of, as the Serpent Trail suggests, it kind of goes as a little bit like a snake, letter S. And so to drive from one to the other, the coaches kind of ferried us to the start point. And it was just really cleverly organized, because we were supposed to start at 6 o'clock. We started a little bit late, actually. There was a lot of road closures, which we knew about, and even so I was a bit late. So as always, Freedom Racing just had it all under control. And what that meant is we started just after 6 o'clock. Loads of time. I think it's about 18 hours cut off. There's actually only cut off on the halfway point, I believe, but really generous time for you to go and have a fantastic day out, which we all did. I know some people struggled and suffered, but when talking to them, they were all sort of people who perhaps were quite at the beginning of their ultra journey, and that is to be expected. It's actually brings memories, because when I first started running long, I don't know what possessed me to book myself, you know, from literally running a half a marathon to all of a sudden doing 2 days of 50 mile or something like that. I did book, which is crazy. And although I suffered, of course, through suffering, we learned just so much. So I knew these guys, even though they struggled, the ones that I met, I think they would have still been fine and still have learned a lot. Try to be as helpful as I can, but of course everybody has their own journey. Just to say, I'm so fortunate, because as usual on a start line you meet so many people who you know from different events you've done over the years, and it was just really nice to catch up with Graham Carter, someone who we did Centurion Grand Slam way back when, and lovely Paul Coates, who is a total YouTube superstar. Oh man, people were asking for autographs and pictures left, right and center. This man is just out there with his GoPro, fantastic, and just genuinely having a good time. Sometimes I watch videos on YouTube and I kind of don't believe that everybody's having a great time, because there are people like, oh yeah, this is so good and da da da. But I don't know, I've had plenty of really tough times on the trail, so I kind of always take it with a pinch of salt. Nobody goes for such a long time and being, you know, giddy from happiness all the bloody time. So I'm kind of a little bit skeptical, to be honest. But with Paul, I mean, we run not quite till the middle, not quite the half of it, maybe I don't know, a third of the race or so, and it was a laugh. We actually had a great time, and seeing someone who is just so full of life and enthusiasm is amazing and quite frankly infectious. I love people like that. Also, part of our lovely little running Serpent Trail gang was another couple which I love, and it's Ilona and Phil Morgan. So we are actually going to run similar events in the future, and we have run similar events. We have shared many miles together, and yeah, it was just brilliant to yet again have a laugh with them. So the bottom line is, half of the race did not feel at all like a 50k. Why? Because you are with friends. It's almost like I could have I don't know, just being at home, have a cup of tea and a cake and catch up with people. It just happened that we're not sitting in a chair in a garden. We are just running together, and that is the best kind of ultra I could ever wish for. Of course, by the halfway point I was a little bit chafed and quite happy, but also starting to feel a little bit sore. So quick change of bra and a top and buffs and whatever else I can change there, but no socks, no shoes, no nothing kind of dramatic. Just got myself all a bit more dry and ate. I actually ate quite a lot on this one. like I said, a lot fruit from the aid station, and then a tri bar. And I think I had quite a bit of potatoes with salt. Then I had made myself sandwiches, which I, for the first time, I actually made a whole kind of gourmet of sandwiches, put it this way. So I had made myself on a really nice, delicious seedy bread, some kind of artisan seedy bread. It was delicious. So I made cream cheese and cucumber. Then I had another one with green pesto and brie. Then I had another one with peanut butter and blueberry, and yeah, just delicious. So very nice gourmet sandwiches coming my way. Lots of little nibbly stuff like dates and dried figs. Yeah, I fed myself super well, which also reminds me that physically for me to take on my big race, all that food will be a challenge. So again, I'm doing a lot of reflection because goodness knows how am I actually going to how am I going to consume so much food on 105 mile up in the mountain. But this one was a great training run, and so glad when I finished the last few kilometers. It was like someone, I don't know, injected me with some joy, happiness, and all the good strength in my legs, because I actually flew by. And yeah, really good, strong finish. My loved ones were waiting for me at the finish line, and got a gorgeous medal, which I love. This is another thing the freedom racing does really well, very sustainable. There's no kind of wastage and rubbish. The medal is made like a wooden bed in just the different colors respectively, a different lengths, the different distances. So yeah, so super good. And of course the really nice little touches, which I so appreciate at the race as well. So when you eventually register first thing in the morning, they give you this little piece of paper that says to you space between aid station, distance to the end, and all the rest of it, which is super cute. I know my husband makes a lot of these for me. They are a really kind of helpful in terms of how the mindset works. The only thing I would say, freedom racing, is you have to do them on a waterproof paper. By the end of the first aid station, they were literally bits of paper just turned into mush in my pocket, but super useful. And yeah, this is getting a little bit noisy because I'm passing by a main road, but just to say again, absolutely 5-star event, highly recommended. I shall definitely be there to do some more running and volunteering and helping out in any way possible, because it's always a smashing day out. Thank you so much for watching.